Good evening from the farmer's garden. I'm one of the farmers and I'm in the greenhouse right now. So if you follow us on Facebook, you've been seeing us talk about how dry it is at our garden, and there's not really anything we can do about that. We literally do not have access to water on that property. The closest well is my in-laws' domestic well that runs their house, and we are just not going to attempt to irrigate our garden off of their well. Even if they were to offer, that's not something we feel comfortable with. If something was to happen to their well, then their house wouldn't have water, and we're just not going to do that. So we are looking at other ways that we can get more vegetables planted. Got mosquitoes too. We're looking at other ways we could get more vegetables planted, and one thing that we are doing is going through the greenhouse and really taking a look at the tomatoes. Some of the varieties are not appreciating the greenhouse. They don't like the heat, or they don't like the amount of water, or whatever it is, and they're just not doing well here. So we're going to make a note of that and not try them in the greenhouse next year. We're going to get them out of here for now because we can irrigate in here, and so we'll put something else in that we can water. And we're also going to be plowing up this chunk of our yard over here. It's under the shade, but it does get enough morning and afternoon sun that things will grow. And so what we'll do is we'll put some of our like squash and zucchini and things that could really stand to use some water. We'll put them here, and that's what we have. So here's our before picture. All the tomatoes, so many tomatoes. And I'm gonna start by just pruning these. I've showed y'all that before. That's where I'm gonna start. So I'm just gonna get in here with my scissors and start cutting off the extra leaves. And I'll show you how all that goes here in a minute. I've already posted that video before, but I'll do a recap. But anyways, that's where I'm starting this evening. All right. While pruning, I started noticing these bits right here. And I started noticing leaves like this. And normally my first conclusion would be worms. But this right here tells me that these guys are actually the issue. So we have grasshoppers, and we'll have to figure out if they're bad enough to treat or not. So one issue with farming is that there's often not a clear cut, this is the chore we are doing. We'll finish this chore and then we'll move on to something else. And that was the case today. We got started trimming the tomatoes and discovered that these on this end were getting super duper leggy. Actually, they all are, but these were really bad and they're close together. And so we started kind of restaking them and getting that process done. And so we're not going to get the whole greenhouse clean this evening because we're pretty much just going to get this one row of tomatoes cleaned up and picked up. But this is what I was saying about needing to just remove parts of them. So this particular row actually floods some. We have that end of the greenhouse is uphill, and so the water will come in and flood here. And so these are not looking great. So we'll take some of these out, and through here we'll prune and trim them as well. Stepped in a gopher mound. And so it's going to be a few hour process, which means probably a couple day process. So that's where we're at for tonight. We have got almost a whole row of Sweet Million cherries staked back up, and we've got them mostly pruned, and part of the Cherokee purple's pruned while we're working on it. And we've got things picked, but it's just kind of all together. It's not like I could just say, now I'm pruning, now I'm staking. It all kind of goes together. But that's looking better already. We can move between them now. That gets them up and lets us find tomatoes better. I didn't even know this guy was on there. Look at that. So if y'all are coming to the Tuesday farmers market, come look for our big, beautiful Cherokee purple tomatoes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all come find us tomorrow. But I'm just going to finish this up. Brandon's helping me. We're going to finish wrapping this up real quick. I just wanted to kind of let y'all know what happened before it got too dark to be able to record what happened. Anyways, thanks for stopping by the farm today. I hope you enjoyed your visit. I hope your visit was cooler than my time in the greenhouse. Y'all be sure and tell your friends about our page, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and come back when you can stay longer.